You want a KV2 at tier 9? Well, do I have an absolute treat for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and g'day. In today's video, we are not going to be talking about the KV2, the lovely tier 6 Soviet heavy tank of justice and love and tanking, the Derposaurus with the 152mm gun, Stalin's own hand of justice, raining terror on all the enemy tanks that you may come across. No, we're talking about something even more devastating. Something that will truly shake the ends of the earth and cause tsunamis everywhere and make people worried and scared and tremble in fear when they are faced with 152mm of derp cannon at tier 9. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you the one, the only KV Junior. Oh yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, is a tier 9 KV2. And you thought the Smasher at tier 7 was a tier 7 KV2. And you thought that was awesome and broken, clearly, because it still is broken, because it's got amazing penetration on, well, I mean, not amazing, but it's got pretty damn good penetration. It's basically a turreted SU-152. This thing, on the other hand, by the way, these are two of my good friends on Asia, right? I've been playing with these guys for ages. Notice how his platoon mate has got an AE Phase 1, which is one of the rarest tanks in the game, might I add.
Penetration.
He managed to get a shot on that E75. Oh my god. Wow. So, what is there to say about this KV Junior? I mean, clearly, this is some kind of sick joke by Wargaming. I mean, for God's sake, it literally is a tier 9, what do you call it? It is a tier 9 KV2. I don't know how he managed to pen that shot, or how he managed to do it, but he managed to penetrate it regardless. This has to go down as one of the most interesting things that Wargaming has ever introduced into the game. Now, do keep in mind, this is a Season 4 tank, I'm pretty sure, right? This was a Season 4 tank that you could get if you grinded your life away and you spent a shit ton of money. And let's face it, you had to spend quite a bit of money in order to get this tank. Fair play to Wargaming. I mean, look, there's a VK72 and 1K there. Like, where in God's name would you be able to play a game where you penetrate a VK72? That's basically a tier 10 tank, by the way. Because it is a tier 10 tank. You're basically penning a tier 10 tank with a KV2. That's what it is. And just so you know, the profile on this thing is basically the same as the Smasher, just slightly better, which means that it's pretty crap. Like, you're going to be penned and you're going to be killed. And what do you call it? In any way. And that's just how it is. That's the reality. That's the sharp reality. Unfortunately, that's just... Like, look at this, right? He's on 578 hit points. He has 2,200 hit points. That's not a small amount of hit points for a tier 9 heavy tank, right? That's a pretty decent amount. And he's basically depleted most of his hit points because this tank has a horrific armor profile for a tier 9 tank. It's a tier 6 armor profile, admittedly, or a tier 7 armor profile, at tier 9. It just doesn't work. And then coupled with the fact that you have basically a similar gun to the Smasher, but obviously better penetration because you need to be able to pen things at tier 9 and tier 10. I mean, look, I get it. People have lusted over a higher tier KV2 for ages. But the Smasher exists. Yes, you probably won't be able to get the bloody thing because it's so freaking difficult to get it. Because they won't sell it. They'll keep putting it in crates, for God's sake, and make us gamble for it. Oh my god. Hold on. I need to, oh, I can't watch that back, can I? That was, I need to know. Was that a 1,000 alpha shot that he did in that car in that tank? What the flip? platoon mate shot. Very god move. I need to watch that back. There is no way he did 1,000 damage. I'm guarantee he's probably shot and then the AE phase 1 shot as well. Okay, well, let's skip straight to the end. Because there's no point in watching the rest of the battle. He died. For obvious reasons. Now, my friend, Daddy Destroyer, again, who featured on the channel the other day, or yesterday, he was playing in the Soul Eater. Fair enough. This thing, for some reason, he just can't seem to ace. Obviously, for some reason, he can't seem to ace. Now, that was a defeat. For obvious reasons, it was a defeat. They were playing on Force Creek, for God's sake. But, yeah. That was 2,491 damage. And he only blocked 310. Like, this goes to show you that a KV2 at tier 9, because that's literally what this tank is just, it doesn't work. As much as of a fantasy we want to believe that it is, it just doesn't work. It clearly, as night as day, it does not work. It doesn't work. Look, I'm going to show you another game that he played on Vineyards, okay? Again, he's platooning with his mates in the AE Phase 1, and they're on Vineyards. Let's have a look at this game, because this one's a little bit more interesting, and it showcases the tank a little bit better. Again, you need to play this tank as you do a KV2. Literally, peekaboo. You go out, you shoot your enormous shot, and you go back into cover. But what I don't understand is why Wargaming thought we needed a tank like this. Why did they think that, yes, this is what the player base in Blitz want? They want a tier 9 KV2. Which I get. But it's more like a sick joke than it is an actual good tank. Because it isn't. I mean, this could very well be the contender for the worst tank in the game. Albeit, I mean, you got to understand, it cost a lot of money to get this tank. Like, you could grind as much as you want, but at the end of the day, you needed to spend money to get this Season 4 tank. Let's face it, there's no questions about it. He misses a shot there. Just like a KV2 would. I mean, what's more to say? It has this same RNG as a KV2 at tier 6, for God's sake. Heck, it's got the same RNG as a Smasher at tier 7. What more do you want? Literally, this is a KV2 at tier 9. I can't emphasize enough. The gun on this thing basically has like 200 and like mid 200 range of pen. Right? The mid 200s for the standard rounds, and like 310 or something, 320 on the heat. Right, HE is like 90. I mean, it's decent penetration for a heavy tank, but remember, it's a 152mm gun at T9. Like, you know, you're not gonna pen everything. Let's face it. Funny enough, there is I think he was penning the Skepta there. But I mean, doesn't have any gun depression. It's got terrible armor. It's high tier. I mean, he's getting rolls of like 580, 570, 600. He's not really getting those big alpha shots that you'll see a KV2 do for some reason. A KV2 has better RNG than this bloody thing, and it's at T6. Like, you can pull shots off on the KV2 that you never would have thought would be even possible with the gun handling that it has. It's got horrendous gun handling, and yet you manage to pull off shots. Whereas this one has half decent gun handling, and you just can't seem to sometimes just pen. That is 788 is your max roll on this tank. 788 with your standard AP shells, which is fine. I mean, he's on 2,632. But again, I want to just calm down and just ask you guys, did you ask Wargaming for a KV2 at tier 9? Because I certainly didn't. As I said, we have the KV2 at tier 6 already. There's a reason why the KV2 holds a special place in all of our hearts. Because it's an absolute derposaurus. It's fun to play when it works. I just want to point it out. When it works. Guys, I don't know what to say. There's like, usually I have a lot to say about tanks. These tanks that I review. But this one, I can't help but laugh. It's just funny. It's funny that Wargaming thought it was funny. That Wargaming thought that we actually wanted a tier 9 KV2. Watch this shot, by the way. Watch this shot. I haven't watched the replay, but he told me to have a look at one specific shot that he does. Alright, have a look at this. Ready? He aims in. No, he's not going to take the shot. Just fair enough. I mean, it's an AMX 5100. You're going to pen that all day long. He misses it. Remember when I said this tank has better accuracy than the KV2? It was a fully aimed shot, and he extended himself. He was clear as day, and he completely missed him. This is what I mean by the fact that it's just why. Like, look at this, right? He's gonna try and he's gonna try and hit an AP shot. Is he gonna get a shot into this? Can he get this HE? Please tell me. Yeah, he gets it. Okay. So it works when it works. I mean, that's basically an 811 shot right there. But I mean, for God's sake, it literally has the same accuracy and RNG as a KV2 would at T6. But the difference is this is a T9 tank, for God's sake. You're coming up against T10 tanks.
Enemy armor is hit.
What? What do you mean enemy armor is hit? Hold on. What was that? Are you telling me he hit him in the tracks or something? Enemy armor was hit, right? Yeah, because that was a penetrating shot. Yeah. That was a penetrating shot, wasn't it? Oh, I don't know about this RNG in this game, honest to God. Sometimes it's just laughable at this point. Oh, for God's sake, the things that we do for the content in this game. Look, guys, you can't get this tank anymore. I don't know what Wargaming is going to do with all these season tanks that they've released that you had the opportunity to get and you didn't. If you have the opportunity to get this tank, please don't. Please don't. Under any circumstances, please don't buy this tank. It's not worth it at all. Like, judging by the fact that it's a T9, I can guarantee, like, he did kill 2, and he did 3,584 damage. It was a first class. It wasn't an ace. But I just don't understand the premise of this tank. I don't get, like, I get it, but I don't get it. Look, at the end of the day, why would you bother with a tank like that when you can just play this? It's so much more fun. Or if you have a Smasher, for God's sake, the Smasher is still broken as all hell. Just play the Smasher. If you've got it. If you don't have it, play the KV2. There's nothing wrong with this tank. It still slaps hard. Especially when you're coming up against newer players who don't know how to play. I'm not encouraging seal clubbing. I'm not encouraging you to go out there and absolutely delete all these newer players with your massive alpha damage. I'm just saying, if you want to have some fun, you get out in this freaking thing and don't bother with the KV Junior if it ever comes to for sale in store. Because I guarantee you, if it ever does, it's going to be an enormous price tag. It's not worth it. I feel so bad for those people that genuinely thought the KV Junior was going to be this like ridiculous smasher type tank at tier 9 that's going to be broken. It's not. In any way, shape or form is this tank broken. It's quite the opposite, actually. It's really shit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed. I mean, this really isn't much of a review, is it? It's just me poking fun at Wargaming. You know, just trying to wrap my head around what they were thinking when they introduced this kind of tank. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to let me know in the comments down below what interesting tank you would like me to talk about next. And as always, Peace in the Middle East. Look after your friends and family. Look after yourselves and stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now. And watch out for any KV juniors out there.